Hi, and welcome to AnimalZone. I'm Arthur von Wiesenberger, and this handsome fellow is Mikey, my adopted pit bull. AnimalZone is the A to Z on everything about adoptable pets. Whether you're looking for a bird, a cat, a dog, or even a tortoise, we've got experts who can share their knowledge and insights. So cuddle up with your favorite critter and join us as we explore the AnimalZone. And this is Laura Stinchfield, the pet psychic. So thrilled to have you on board today, Laura.
I know, I'm excited too. It's going to be a great one.
This is an all pet psychic special today. So we start out with Tina Baseline at a beautiful farm up there in Santa Paula. And you're going to be talking to a dog and a cat, both of them that have some physical problems that Sherry Gaber, you know, the certified chiropractor. She's amazing.
She is amazing.
And you'll be tuning into what the dog and the cat are feeling, which is kind of exciting, I think. Then we're going to be meeting with Shadow Fund's director, Jill, and she's got a wonderful pit bull who's got some wisdom to share with us. I mean, pit bulls are smart.
They are so smart. We know that.
Yeah, indeed.
Mikey.
Indeed. And then we're going to the National Search Dog Foundation, and we're going to meet one of their dogs that is a rookie search dog. And you're going to find out what it's like to be a rookie.
That's a great dog, too. It's a fun one.
Yeah. So we got that and much, much more in this edition of AnimalZone.
Bonjour Alex.
Bonjour Renaud.
Happiness? It's great food prepared the French way.
Chocolate eclair.
What makes you happy?
A touch of Paris.
Without the trip to France. Handcrafted daily in our bakeries especially for you. Indulge yourself.
Bon appétit.
Please visit Renaud's in Gelston, Santa Barbara, Long Beach, and La Cañada, Flint Ridge.
Imagine, if you will, a zone where animals can talk to humans. Submitted for your amazement, the pet psychic, as we enter the AnimalZone. Today we're at AB Ranch in Santa Paula, California with a great team. We've got Laura Stinchfield, the pet psychic. We've got Tina, who runs AB Ranch, and we've got wonderful Sherry, who's a certified animal chiropractor. I never thought that animals had chiropractors.
Yes, Dr. Sharon Willoughby started it quite a few years ago. Now there's 3 schools that teach veterinarians and chiropractors to be certified.
Wow. So now it looks like Haley, who's this beautiful dog of yours, is ready for some kind of adjustments, huh?
Yes, let me ask you this. Did you want to start asking Haley what we're sensing? Because I'm already seeing a little head tilt, how that would affect the body.
Okay, so Haley, honey, how do you feel in your body? Can you tell us how you feel in your body? She says she's in really great shape for her age, but sometimes she says she feels a little bit wonky. She says that she's a really fun dog and she loves to say hello and wiggle, but sometimes her wiggle feels sore down her spine.
All right, so the atlas first vertebra is jammed against the left side of the nervous system, so both rear legs should not be talking to the brain that says push. I can feel my leg push, so be strong. So I would assume that both rear legs are going to be weak and not be able to push well. So if I do a CP reflex, stay there, Haley, okay? You stay there, honey? So this should be weak. It's called conscious proprioception. 1, 2, that's slow. Okay, so, all right. So Haley, I'm gonna adjust you a little bit, little tweaky. Here we go. Come here. Come here. And then the 2 muscle centers that are in the brainstem, one says muscles relax, the other one says contract, so I'm actually getting the whole spine to shift. So we're gonna see that even the middle part of her back is gonna be higher.
She says she feels blissful all of a sudden.
Yeah. Well, I agree. You want a pillow? Do you want a lullaby?
This is amazing.
Feels like fluffy inside.
Oh.
So
She says she can move her spine different. How can you move your spine different? What does it feel? You can move better and easier? It feels more relaxed.
tail wagging.
Good girl.
I think she wants to be in
What
the
do you
movies.
think?
She looks like she's in real bliss. Can I be next? Sherry, tell me, if people wanted to find a chiropractor for their dogs or cats, how do they find them?
There is a website called AVCA, American Veterinarian Chiropractic Association, and you just go online and you'll see, look at the state and then look in your area, and you'll find someone that's certified, either a veterinarian or a chiropractor. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But what I'm doing is a specialty about clearing the brainstem. So I did the NUCA technique on people for 18 years, and I've been able to translate that to animals to get a full clear brainstem and then a total body change.
Sherry, this is amazing. I mean, Haley is in total bliss.
Yeah, well, with the increased blood circulation and the paraspinal muscle relaxation, it's like all the tension just gets released out of her body, and she just feels just that blissed out experience.
Wow.
So she will get up.
Well, we got to take a break, but I think I'm going to get a little NUCA treatment while we go to this break. We'll be right back after these words. Hey, take a look at these loving animals that you can adopt today. And don't worry, if someone beats you to the shelter, there are plenty more wonderful animals ready to find you and their forever home.
The Santa Barbara Humane Society is an independent, local, community-based nonprofit with adoptable dogs and cats ready to find a forever home today.
The Santa Barbara Humane Society exceeded all of our goals for adoption last year and in our clinic, and we are so excited about that, and we hope to continue that in the future. And to all of our adopters and all of our donors, we say, thank you!
Visit sbhumanesociety.org and remember, adopt, don't shop.
Today we're at AB Ranch in Santa Paula, California with Laura Stinchfield, our pet psychic, along with Jordana. We have Sherry, who is a chiropractor for animals, and Zena. And you brought Zena along. What's been going on with Zena?
Well, Zena seemed to be completely fine, and then around December or into mid-December, she just stopped walking. She started dragging her back legs around. And so we've tried a number of different things, and we thought we'd see what Sherry could do today.
How old is Zena?
Zena is going to be 15 next month in May.
Right. Have you ever taken her to a chiropractor before?
She did see a chiropractor a couple of times. We've tried acupuncture. We've tried a lot of different treatments. She's adapted well, but doesn't seem to be, comfortable. And I want to make her comfortable and maybe get her walking again, if at all possible.
So Zena, honey, what do you want to say about how you feel? She said that she really hopes that Sherry can help her today because she's feeling really depressed about her situation, and my back legs just don't work. Oh, well, I spoke to her the other day, and so what she's saying now is that she's trying really hard to do what I told her to do and to imagine herself in really good health, but she's still having a really hard time. And she says that she just wants to be alive.
Oh, okay, well, let's take a look at her.
Poor little thing.
I'm going to look at what the head is doing first. All right, so her skull is quite tipped down on the right side of the nervous system. So again, it's pretty severe. That right rear, and you can see that it's pretty bent. It's called positive conscious proprioception. So that right rear isn't talking to the cerebellum to say push. So Zena, I'm going to turn you around, honey, and I'm going to feel your neck.
With her misalignment, could that create her not being able to walk at all?
Yes, and because I don't see any x-rays, I don't know if there's a disc problem, but this is a big factor to the rear legs talking to the brain, or not. I'm just feeling, see if you feel tight or sore anywhere else. All right. Okay, so
I notice she sticks out a lot right here too, more than usual.
yeah, well, she's getting, her muscles are atrophying. They're getting thinner and thinner because you need movement to keep up muscle tone. Let's see with what she's got if I can make it work better. We'll see. So I'm going to turn you around, honey. All right, here we go. So if you could hold her there, hold her. All right, so I'm going to get your head on straight, honey. And if you get a little head rush, that's because of increased blood circulation. Okay? It's not going to hurt. Everything's angles. So I'm just getting the head to lift up. So I'm giving the left side a little impetus to move. And you don't need very much force to move vertebra or the skull. It's all angles. That's why I was able to do a buffalo, a 1,400-pound buffalo with the same amount of force. Wow. Come here. It's all angles. Okay, good. I lifted up her skull. Okay, Laura, can you hold her shoulders for me? And Jordana, you hold her. Hold on. Let me get her atlas in line now. Okay, so I feel it, just a certain angle. I just give it impetus to move. Move that hand a little bit, thanks. So the vertebra, you know, everything fits together like a jigsaw puzzle. And when things get stuck, it's because these two muscle centers in the brainstem get off balance when the first vertebra misaligns. So then abnormal type muscles pull and contract all the way down the spine and keeps things misaligned. So I'm going to the fuse box of the whole body, getting those two muscle centers balanced. Okay, so the brainstem, 300 trillion nerves, I just cleared that. So now we'll see what we get.
She says she feels a lot of energy to her head.
Yeah, that must be
and a pulsating down her spine.
Okay, sweetheart. Okay, so let's just see what we get. Well, okay, she's getting more movement.
Yeah, she definitely has more movement to her.
Okay.
You feel like you can lift your neck up higher? That's good. The tension behind your ears has gone away. You feel like your heart is getting more love to it. Well, we all could use that. That sounds great.
Okay, that's moving. Good. All right, so hold on. Oh, she wants a truck. Hold on. So I want her to feel her body balance now. Because gravity is the biggest stressor in life. It's not relationship. The biggest stressor is gravity. It's not relationship. So I'm getting her body balanced so then the rest of her energy can go for whatever healing needs to take place.
You know, Sherry, she slumps. She seems to favor sliding down on one hip, and I wonder if that's causing her spine to twist at all, because she pulls herself around with the front legs, but she kind of just leans on her hip, and I wonder if, you know, she doesn't switch, so could that be making things worse?
No, she's just reacting to the hips were out of balance. I got the hips balanced, the sacrum is balanced, but she looks taller here now, doesn't she?
Yeah, she looks stronger, actually. She looks stronger. So what do you think, Sherry, and like how her progression should go now, and like
she's almost wanting to stand up.
Yeah.
I think she wants to stand up.
Like,
wow, I haven't seen her do that much in a while even.
It's a miracle. You want to be a miracle?
So
that's good.
She might need a follow-up though, right? Because
it's like this, because the muscles are pretty weak. Even though I've got the head on straight, the atlas right underneath the skull, so there's balance, and the two muscle centers balanced. But because she's still, it's like every day is going to every day taking a step is like going to PT.
Sherry, you're a miracle worker. It's incredible. Now, for our viewers who are watching this, how can they find out more about what you do?
You can go to my website, sherrygaberdc.com, and that's SHERRY, Gaber, G as in George, A, B as in boy, ERDC.com.
Wow, fantastic. Thank you all. This has been just amazing, as always here on Animal Zone. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back after these words. Hey, take a look at these loving animals that you can adopt today. And don't worry, if someone beats you to the shelter, there are plenty more wonderful animals ready to find you and their forever home.
every morning you could count on it being there with the rise of the sun. We're proud to say we've been there every day with you. The Santa Barbara News Press plans to continue sharing the news of the day with you all through the year and beyond. It's nice to know there are some things you can still count on. The Santa Barbara News Press, serving Santa Barbara since 1855.
Subscribe today. Call 1-800-654-3292.
Care for Paws was started in 2009 with the goal to reduce pet overpopulation and keep animals out of shelters, and also to ensure that pets can stay with their owners for life. We, from the get-go, established a free spay and neuter program that would help low-income pet owners fix their pets. So we provide shots, microchips, dewormer, flea treatment. We also have a veterinary intervention program. It's a way for us to help improve the quality of life for the animal as well for the owner, because when an animal suffers in the family, so does the rest of the family.
So today we're with Laura Stinchfield, the pet psychic, and we're also joined with Jill, who's from Shadows Fun in Lompoc. And we've got Bruno, who's come from Lompoc, from Shadows Fun. And Bruno's been in your life a long time, hasn't he?
End of April last year.
Yeah. And he's an older guy.
He is. We think he's probably about 15 years old. That's our best guess.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Laura, you know, you're good at tuning into everybody. Maybe there's some wisdom that comes with age when it comes to a dog.
Okay, yeah, let's ask him.
Do you think he's got any insights for us?
Yeah, and Shadows Fun takes in mostly old dogs, right?
We take in the dogs we consider to be the most vulnerable. So old dogs, pit bull type dogs, dogs who have a treatable injury or illness that folks are passing up for adoption because of their age or their breed.
Oh, he says one of the things that he thinks is wise is patience. He says he used to play rough. And he's learned you gotta just slow down sometimes. He says when you're old and it takes you a while to get places, you think, whoa, what do I do with this time? Because what you were thinking just stops and you just have to then think about something else. I think he's thinking about like playing or
So in other words, he kind of forgets what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's like most older people, right?
Yeah.
I'm one of the examples.
Last night, he and one of our other old boys went on a walk. We let them go on walks at night
Oh,
to just
neat.
wherever they choose.
Yeah.
And they just walked in a direction on the ranch, and they got however far they got. It was a pretty good ways, and then they both just plopped down and laid down like, well, and just in the middle of the ranch.
Oh, hi. Oh, okay.
You need to stand up and see Art.
Oh, he's gonna see
Hi,
Arthur.
hi, Bruno. You know that I'm a pit bull lover. Yeah, we have Mikey. Now, Bruno had a friend, right? And
Yeah.
a buddy, and we lost Buddy, but tell me a little bit about Bruno's friend.
So last year in April, one of our previous volunteers and adopters reached out to us. He had been driving on a highway up in Northern California out in the middle of nowhere. And as he was driving by, he saw what looked like a deceased dog laying on the side of the highway. And he drove by and just noted, oh, you know, that poor dog. And as he was driving by, he looked in his rearview mirror and the dog had picked up his head. And he pulled over really quickly and went over there, and there laid this dog that was very emaciated with a giant tumor on him. And as he was bending down to try to help the dog, this guy came rambling out of the brush. He was there too. He had been with his friend and was just kind of hiding in the brush. And so he called animal control and waited a few hours for them to come, because he was really out in the middle of nowhere. Waited a few hours for those dogs to come, for animal control to come pick up the dogs, and then contacted us and said, I don't think they'll have any shot of making it out of a rural shelter. So we brought the dogs down to our sanctuary, and it was pretty clear these two buddies had been together probably their whole life. They were always sleeping on top of each other. Bruno would give Arnie a bath at night and keep him clean and sort of tend to him. And when Bruno sometimes at night he has barking fits, Arnie would come over and just lay his head on him like that to calm him. So all the vets said, you know, Arnie's not going to make it, not even a day or two. He's so emaciated. He's in cancer cachexia. He can't possibly get any stronger. And Arnie actually lived 6 wonderful weeks with us. And we gave him the best home-cooked nutrition and everything we could do to help that poor boy get through. And he was too far gone. He never got strong enough to fight the cancer, and he succumbed 6 weeks later. And we thought, gosh, we lost the fight. We wanted so bad to give this guy a chance to have a good life. Why did this happen? And in time, we saw Bruno start to flourish and start to make new doggy friends and find a life at the sanctuary. And we realized we didn't lose the fight. It wasn't about saving Arnie. It was about Arnie getting it was about Arnie getting his best friend to a safe place.
That's true, but it is also about Arnie, because when an animal has been like abused and neglected, and they have this like feeling of sort of fear, or nobody loves me, or they haven't had that experience of being loved, or they had that experience and then that was taken away, and then they're in a home with you, with people who's giving them home cooked meals, that gives them this feeling or this vibrancy of love, which is a vibration that when they pass over, it helps them get to almost like a higher level of bliss or a higher level of ecstasy when they cross over. And in turn, if they either decide to reside in heaven in that frequency or come back, they have known that love, so that they can then find it again here and be born back into that. So a lot of people say that to me, like we failed them, or we weren't able to do it, and why did they come to me just to die? And people are really depressed about that. But it really is Great Spirit or God or the frequency of the universe, whatever you want to call it, or just the vibration of love, drew you together in order to give him that feeling of love. And that is so important, more than you will ever know.
We love our animals and they love us back. That's all the world's about, isn't it, really?
Yeah. It's so
At any
true.
stage. And this guy's just wonderful. Well, Jill, thank you so much for bringing Bruno down today. And
Thanks for
Laura,
having us.
Yeah,
always a pleasure to be with a pet psychic. You're amazing, as always.
You.
We're going to have to take a break, but we'll be back with more Animal Zone coming up right after these words.
My grandfather taught me about the beauty of the rugs. Each one tells a story. Story about the person who wove it, the person who bought it, the person who inherits it, the person who treasures it. It's amazing how simply looking at an object can bring you back to a different place and time, or remind you of someone you love. At Santa Barbara Design Center, we want to help you find a rug that will travel through time with your family for generations to come. Visit us at 410 Oliver Street and find your treasure today.
Bonjour Alex.
Bonjour Renaud.
Happiness? It's great food prepared the French way.
Chocolate eclair.
What makes you happy?
A touch of Paris.
Without the trip to France. Handcrafted daily in our bakeries especially for you. Indulge yourself.
Bon appétit.
Please visit Renaud's in Gelston, Santa Barbara, Long Beach, and La Cañada, Flint Ridge.
Today we're at the National Disaster Search Dog Foundation in Santa Paula, California, with our pet psychic, Laura, and Gemma, and Dane. And it's so great to have you all here. And this little guy is really full of energy, huh?
Yeah, so Gemma is a search dog in training. She's in the beginning of her training, and we're gonna ask her like what she thinks about her training and where she came from, right?
Right, I don't think they really know her history a bit. And she seems like she's one of those perfect search dogs. She's got all that energy.
All that energy, I know, right?
Yeah, so maybe you can tune into that energy.
Okay, so Gemma, listen. When you came here, you started to learn about how to be more perfect. You had a family. Oh, what was your family like? There were kids? And you ran them over? I kind of believe that. You got lost? Oh, bummer. You were running really fast and you got picked up in a car? Oh, did you get out of your yard? Is that what happened? And they tried to keep you for a while? They were like, enough of this dog? You might have had too much energy for them. I think maybe an angel helped you get connected with the search dogs, huh? So you could have a really cool job. Do you know what your cool job is now? This is the best place ever. Because when you're here, you have a mission. What's your mission? Do you know? To save people? Oh, that's a really cool mission. and you're like the best at it, I think if you keep paying attention to your trainers, you will be the best at it. But you have to really pay attention to what they're teaching you. Sometimes you want to chase the leaves. I know, I think that's a puppy issue. I think you'll grow out of that. That's your friend? I believe that. Cute is she?
A really good friend.
What else should we ask her?
Do you want to ask her if she's had a chance to talk to any of the other dogs?
So listen, Gemma. Listen. Hey, this is where I need you to pay attention. Okay? So tell me this. Do you talk to the other dogs at all? You know how I'm talking to you? Do you talk to the other dogs? And what do they say? One dog told you that he slipped in the rubble and he hurt his thigh. Yeah, and he just scraped it. You told him that he has to be lighter. He's too heavy. He might just have a different body type than you. He might just have a different body type, but that's nice that you're trying to help him. You talk about saving people. Oh, that's cool. Like, what about saving people? So they said sometimes you have to go to places where the rubble is hot. Yeah, I would imagine that's probably true. You liked the part where you have to run out and then listen? You love that? I'll bet you're really good at it. Is there anything else you want to ask? Any questions? Is there any chasing bird time? Maybe playtime, but not now.
Fantastic. Well, Laura, thank you so much.
Oh,
As
my
always,
pleasure.
very
It was
impressive.
super fun.
And thank you, Gemma and Dean. And we're going to take a break. When we come back, there'll be more Animal Zone right here. Stay tuned.
Are you ready to go around the world? Sit back, relax, and buckle your seatbelt as we take off for an adventure. It's jet-lag free but filled full of fun and travel insights. The only thing you'll need to pack is a sense of humor. Time for the award-winning travel show Around the World.
Visit atw.tv.
Unfortunately, disasters can strike at any time, and it's very important that you and your pets are prepared to leave at a moment's notice. And Sam's going to guide us through a couple of resources and things we can put together during that time.
So a few things that are a necessity: leash and collar. Collar should always be on your dog. We recommend a personalized name tag and a microchip, and to just make sure your microchip information is registered to your current address and phone number. It's good to have that all in a folder so you can have all your medical notations easy, right, available. Crate, place for your pet to sleep. Bowls, food and water, 3-day supplies recommended. For cats, obviously you need your litter box, and then high valuable toys that they tend to gravitate towards so that they have that comfort in the high stress time. Good way to store this all for the dog is just put all the supplies in the crate. Get your leash and collar on your dog, carry your crate, you're good to go. For the cat, have a little bag set aside with all your supplies in that, so the crate is available for the cat to go in, bag, crate, and you're good to go.
Santa Barbara Humane Society also offers a vaccination clinic, so if you need your pets updated on their vaccinations, you can get that from us. Put that in your folder when you're ready to head out. We also offer emergency boarding during times of disaster, and you can check out FEMA.gov for a full list of the items that you need to put together in your kit.
Weren't there some amazing animals and guests? You know, you who adopt animals from shelters, you are the true heroes. If you want to see more about AnimalZone and other things, check out our website, animalzone.org, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Never was a friend so true, never was a friend like you. Canine, you're my best friend. Canine of mine, friend for all time. So glad you're my best friend. Through thick and thin, we'll see things through. Canine of mine, so true. Did I find you or did you find me? Either way, it's still serendipity. When I saw you, it was plain to see you weren't just another lassie wannabe. Oh, canine of mine, friend for all all time. I'm so glad you're my best friend.